only have one pip left on the camera and I'm not changing my top, even though you all know that I'm filming in a row. So, hi guys, today I'm going to do my summer book haul. After building these shelves, which I know I only uploaded that video the other week, but I did build them as kind of like in June or the start of July, I said, oh, I need to start buying books because like I already don't have much room and there's so much TBR. But as you can tell from the thumbnail and the title, I bought some books over the past few months, partly because I was sad about not being able to get a job, and then to reward myself for getting a job, and I just have no self-control. So I thought I'd go through the books I've bought over the past few months. I think these are from like June, July, August. There might be some that I've missed that I've not hauled that I bought before then, I'm not really sure, but I've definitely bought most of these books in August. Part of the reason I've been buying more books is Bedworth now has a bookshop, which I'm so happy about because I live in such a small town and we don't have a bookshop, and now we do. It's on the market and it's called the Bedworth Book Hut, and it's run by Gail and Paul, and they are just the sweetest, loveliest people, and the books are brand new, cheaper than you'd find them in Waterstones, and they have a really good selection. So I've been talking to them a lot and just going in all the time basically, and the first time I went in there I think was probably July, and I picked up The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. I think this was like £4, which was a steal for a hardback, because I know a little bit about Carrie Fisher as a person. I know lots of people really love her non-fiction because she talks a lot about mental illness, and I was particularly interested in this memoir because it focused on her experience during Star Wars when she was younger, and that just seems really interesting. I've heard that it's a really good memoir, and yeah, I was just so excited to see it for hardback for so cheap. And then I got some books from Tesco in their 2 for £7 offer, so I got these 3 books for around £10. The first one is A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R.R. Martin, because I thought this might be a good segue into getting into reading Game of Thrones, because I'm so obsessed with the TV programme, and obviously now it's finished and we have to wait like 2 years, so in that 2 years I'd like to at least read a couple of the books in the series, like 1 or 2, but this seems like a good starting place, assuming you can read this before you read the series, but I watch TV programmes so I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, this is like a much shorter book and I haven't really heard much about it, but it's got pictures and it seems interesting. And then I picked up this non-fiction book called When Breath Becomes Air, because I've just heard about this book quite a lot. I heard that it's really good. It's like a non-fiction memoir about this doctor who's like, he's a neurosurgeon and he's really fit and healthy, but then he gets lung cancer and basically dies, and he writes this kind of going through the whole process of having the illness and also how that is balanced with being a doctor and kind of knowing what's going on with your own self and the kind of difficulties in leading a healthy lifestyle and still having such unfair things happen to you. So this seems really interesting, and yes, I'm very excited to get to this, but I'm not in a rush for it because it seems sad, but it does also look like it'll be quick and really meaningful. And then I bought Swing Time by Zadie Smith. This was such an impulse buy. Like, I literally don't know what this is about, but I know that it's brand new and I think it's like Man Booker nominated, and Zadie Smith is like a diverse author, and that's kind of all I know. I really don't know. It says it's set in London, New York and West Africa. It's about 2 brown girls from Willesden who dream of being dancers, but only one of them has the talent. So I feel like it's going to be very political, and I do want to get into some Zadie Smith and some more adult fiction, so I just added this to my TBR. And then me and Robin did our mystery book unwrapping from the blind date with a book thing that we did a few weeks ago, so I'll mention that in the link below if you want to see me and my boyfriend open some mystery books. But this is the one that I got, and it's called Still Life with Woodpecker by Tom Robbins, and it just seems mental. I really don't know what it's about. It seems like a fantasy magical realism book set inside a matchbox, set in like Egypt or something. I don't know, it seems really wacky and I don't know when I'll get to it, but it's definitely intrigued me. And I also bought Persepolis, I don't know how to say this, but this is like a graphic novel and it was about £2, so I was really excited because it was so cheap, and it's just like, you don't normally get graphic novels for that price. It's a very like small art style, but I don't really know what this is about, but I've just heard it's really good and it was cheap, and that's sort of the story of my life with buying books. And then I got a job and I was so excited. Everyone was like, oh, you need to like really celebrate, you've got this full-time job, it's amazing. I'm really excited to start. By the time this video goes up I might have started, which is a weird thought because it still feels kind of far away. But yeah, I went back to the Bedworth Book Hut and I got 3 books for around £10 from them. So I picked up The Selection by Kiera because I've heard so much about this series as being a bit like Shatter Me in that it's trashy but it's super binge worthy, and you know, I need another series like that in my life. So they had all of them, but I just thought I'd get just the one and see see what I thought. Hopefully I'll really like it. I've heard mixed things about this series as a whole, but I was just excited to read some trashy books, you know. Then I picked up One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, which I mentioned being in my September TBR, that I wanted to take it on holiday. And I'm sure you've heard of this book, but it's like a Breakfast Club style group of people, like a geek, a jock, a criminal, a princess, and then someone in detention dies. It's like a murder mystery, and I'm assuming they're all going to bond over it, and I'm just really, really excited. And the last book I picked up from the Bedworth Book Hut is Ketchup Clouds by Annabel Picture. And I remember seeing this in Waterstones loads, like on their table, not really picking it up, and then I think I saw a review of it and it made me really want to read it. But it says, Zoe Collins has a dark and terrible secret that she dares confess to no one, but one day she hears of a criminal on death row who knows all about secrets and lies and betrayal. So I think it's like she sees a criminal kill someone, and I don't know, it kind of seems like YA The Enchanted, so that's why I bought it. And then the last book I bought myself to reward myself for getting a job is Ramona Blue by Julia Murphy, because I wanted this book for ages, but I haven't picked it up because it was hardback, and I was like, oh wait, want to wait till the paperback, but I just went ahead and got it. It was only like £10 or £11 on Amazon, so it's not too bad, even though it came from America. And yeah, this is all about a girl who's over 6 foot, has blue hair, and is very happy in her identity as being queer and a lesbian, but then she's reunited with a childhood friend who is a guy, and then she starts to have feelings for him, and she's very confused about it because she was so set in her identity as only being attracted to women, and then suddenly she's attracted to this guy, which I think is just a really nice different perspective on LGBT, because it shows about how sexuality is a lot more fluid than people think, and even if you kind of identify as one thing, that can change. And it's just nice to kind of see what appears to be a bisexual story about someone who's in a opposite gendered relationship. This just seems really, really interesting. I love the cover, and everyone I know who's read it has absolutely loved it, so I'm so excited to pick this up, and it's definitely one of the ones I think I'll get to sooner. And then I've got The Power by Naomi Alderman, which you might have seen Amy talk about on this channel because I know that she got it recently, and this is like a super feministy book where women are discovering that they have power to like inflict pain and death at the click of their fingers, as suddenly every man on the planet finds they've lost control. So it seems like a super feministy take on like, what if women had all the power in the world, how they would balance that. Yeah, I'm just really excited to get to this. I can't see myself getting to it soon because it seems sort of heavy, but I've heard really, really good things about it, and I really hope that if Amy reads it before me that she enjoys it and I can hear what she has to say about it. And the last book of this large and unnecessary haul is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I saw this going around BookTube a while ago. It came out in America before the UK, I think, and that everyone got the like red and black hardcover, but the paperback just came out in the UK, and again this was like £3 in Tesco, and I couldn't resist because I wanted it for a really long time. But it's about this guy who wakes up and suddenly his wife and kids aren't his wife and kids, and he's being called by a different name, and he doesn't know what's happened to his past lives. So it seems like a sort of psychological thriller, super fast paced book, and I'm just really excited to get to this. So those are all the books I've bought in the past couple of months over summer, and I feel like I'm not very good with book buying bans, and I've never really agreed with them, but I feel like I need to just stop for a bit, you know, like from now till Christmas I'm going to be busy with a new job, and even though it's going to mean I have money for books, I'm also not going to have as much time for reading. And I'm really into reading at the minute, so I'm getting through books quicker, and I would just like to not really buy books until Christmas. I know that around Christmas I'm going to get them as gifts, and I'm going to have gift cards I want to spend, and there'll be offers and stuff like that, but I have quite a few pre-ordered books coming out in October, like Turtles All the Way Down and The Illustrated Prisoner of Azkaban and The Female of the Species, so I'm kind of like, I have a few books coming in the next few months to kind of like tide me over for getting new releases, so I don't really want to be buying any new books apart from the ones I've already pre-ordered. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'll have a haul in October, and I don't really hate myself, but I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. Let me know which ones you think I should get to sooner rather than later. I'm excited for all of these, obviously it's why I bought them, but yeah, I'm going to try and just not buy books for a little while because there's like 10 here and it's silly. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye! Yeah, I'm just really, really intrigued by this. Ow.